All right, what's going on? Michigan Chess Association. We here 2000 at the 2019 Scholastic Club Championship here in Lansing, Michigan. Remember, on this channel, please subscribe and like the YouTube channel for Michigan Chess Association. We also have Michigan Chess Association Twitter and Facebook. On all social media platforms, there's no better chess association than the one we have here in Michigan. Now, we're going to hit up the K-12 section here in the Scholastic Club, and I'm here with Arnav, and he is representing the Ann Arbor Huron Chess Club. Um, Huron is a well-known, definitely a strong school in chess-wise in the state of Michigan here. And Arnav is here to represent. He's going to show us a game that he played here with the white pieces. All right. And Arnav, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good? All right. You having fun at the tournament?
Yep.
How many points do you have so far?
One.
One? Okay. And this game here, were you playing someone higher or lower than you?
Higher. They're about 300 points higher.
Oh, 300 points higher. And what is your chess rating?
912.
912. So this is a pretty good victory for your team, right? Cool. All right, so let's get into it. The first move that was played was d4, and then he responded with d5, and you played c4, and he took this pawn. So now you're playing the Queen's Gambit, right? What made you start? Why do you play the Queen's Gambit? What is it about it?
It's just like my main opening, so I've always played it whenever I'm white.
Okay. So what made you choose it? Is like, do you have a favorite grandmaster player that you looked at and said, "Oh, he plays the Queen's Gambit. I'm gonna choose that."
I'm not sure. I just I had like an old chess coach, and he taught me it, and it was the first thing he taught me, and it just stuck.
Ah, I see. All right. So what I did when I was playing competitively, I found one favorite player. My favorite player is Anatoly Karpov,
Yeah.
and everything he did, I did.
Nice.
So that's how I picked up some of my openings. So I just wondered how you did that. All right, so after that, he takes here, and this is the Queen's Gambit accepted, which if black knows the theory is considered to be very solid, but if black has a problem with the theory, white gets a big space advantage
Yeah.
at the price of temporarily being down a pawn. So here, you play e4. Now, everyone out there, when there's a space advantage on the board, a battle of imbalances has occurred in this position. And when you have a space advantage, there is a couple rules, especially when you have control over the center. You want to make sure these pawns are indestructible, right? Because these pawns cramp your opponent's pieces for the game. You want to make sure, you usually want to avoid trades because your opponent pieces are cramped. And if your opponent is able to trade off the pieces, then
Yeah.
there's no cramped pieces there.
Yeah.
So you want to avoid trades usually when you have the big full pawn center that you have. So already your opening started really well. All right, so e6 he plays, and here you go. Bishop takes e4, and here black attacks your space. Bishop g5, you just develop. Bishop e7, and take. Now, what were you thinking with the take?
I wasn't sure because I was scared that if I didn't take then
Mm-hmm.
if I didn't take then his knight on f6 could just take my pawn.
Mm-hmm.
So and then he had the bishop to protect it. So I didn't know what to do other than to take.
Well, I don't think nothing wrong with taking,
Yeah.
but there's something to be said with tension. So you could have played maybe knight c3
Yeah.
and keep control over the center and build that tension. Because it's easy to take, because that's like, if you take my knight, I'm going to take back. I don't
Yeah.
have to think for 10 minutes. But when you play knight c3, as black, I'm thinking like, oh man, I really wanted to trade these pieces. that pawn on e4, I need to get rid of that because as long as this pawn is on e4, then my pawn has to stay here on e6. And if my pawn stays here on e6, then my bishop has to stay here blocked by the pawn on e6. And it's just a domino effect, right?
Yeah, like the crampness.
Yeah, the cramp. That's what you're doing with space. Space is like an attitude. When you have more space, take your time, improve the pieces, increase the tension, torture your opponent
Yeah.
for a long time. Development is different. It's like right now, open the position, attack when I'm up in development. So knight c3 probably would have kept more tension, but I don't think that is anything wrong with bishop takes. But there is an imbalance here, and it's the bishop here. But right now, this bishop can't really affect you in the game.
Yeah.
Right? It's not on the open diagonal. But that's something to look forward to in the future. So black, that's probably what he wants to do in the future. Have those bishop here, put them on diagonals where their pawns don't block their files. All right, so knight f3, knight c6, and then here you played e5. All right. So how do you feel about your position here?
I think it was all right. I don't think it was like anything exceptional, but I think I still have a lot of space left on the board compared to like him who still looks really cramped.
Okay. No, I think your position is actually really good, right? I think your position is actually really good. Now, we talked about the space, but a lot of times, some people they know that space is good, but sometimes they don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna imagine a knight here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like a knight there on e4 when you already have a pawn on e5 and d4. That's just a pretty knight.
Mm-hmm.
The knight controls so many squares in the center of the board, and anytime you need to attack, it's ready for you. Anytime you need to defend something, it's ready.
Yeah.
So that's the privileges that your space gives you, right?
Yeah.
So your position here, to me, is probably close to much better. I'm not gonna say winning, right?
Okay.
So here you played a3. So you're stopping the trades. Maybe you should have castled there instead of playing that. He plays f6. Now that's something that he has to do probably after he castles though.
Yeah.
When you're down in space, two things you must do. You have to trade or you have to attack the space.
Yeah.
If you can't get rid of the pawns in the center, then you have to trade pieces because you're cramped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he played f6 too early though. You castle, that's beautiful. And then he castles, and then here now you start to see some tactics. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's nice. He takes, you take there, and then here you take this, and right now, I wonder he could have traded queens with you there. So that might have been a mistake by him. Maybe he should have traded the queens.
Yeah.
Actually, in this position. But he takes, you take, and then you have this really nice move here.
Yep.
E7. Check. Now, I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times in our favorite games,
Yeah.
like over history, Bobby Fischer, Game of the Century, all those types of games,
Yeah.
we always look at the queen and rook, look at that sacrifice, look at the knight, look how he did them. The pawn never gets credit.
No.
The pawn that is usually on e5 that gives space never gets credit for a great attack.
Yeah.
Your pawn, the two pawns that you have here, look how your pawns are in this game. This is the start.
Yeah.
But don't forget that pawn was on d4 e4, right?
Yeah.
And so by you neutering that space advantage, you had a tactic with that center pawn, and it's pretty much over now. There's a queen, and right now they're just crying at the chessboard at this point, right? So this is a really good game, man. She never developed a rook or the bishop on that side of the board.
Yeah.
So that's a good game, and your team should be proud of you going forward if you continue to play like this.
Thank you.
So, Arnav, thanks for joining us here on Michigan Chess Association. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to our channel. Make sure you check us out on the Facebook channel as well, and also the Twitter. And we'll be back later with another game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ah.